Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming back my good friend Lynne Griffin. It is the 45th anniversary of Black Christmas, that 1974 slasher classic directed by Bob Clark, pre-Porky's, pre-A Christmas Story. And I'm having her on today to talk about memories of making that movie. Her and I talked about it the first time that we talked back in 2017. We're going to do a little recap about that. Also want to ask her about the Santa Baby movies. And then we'll, just talk about random stuff. I love talking to Lynne. She's a lot of fun, and she's so damn funny. One of the funniest ladies I've ever met in my life. She is a great conversationalist. So, here is my new interview with Lynne Griffin.
Hello?
Hey, Lynne.
Hi, Tommy. I got your Christmas card today.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
This is rhyming.
Well, I'm glad I could send it to you.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
My pleasure, pleasure.
I appreciate it very much. And now I have your address.
But I've sent it to you before, though.
Have you? I kind of looked at it and I went, I didn't think I had this address.
Yeah.
Like your actual mailing address.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway,
yeah.
So...
That's strange.
I'm just saying that you might want to look out for something.
Uh-huh. Oh, you sent me something?
Maybe. Mrs. Santa said maybe, if you've been good, which I know you have.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. So have you gone to see the latest Black Christmas remake?
There's another one?
There's another one.
Oh, my God. I can't believe.
I know. And this one is evidently the girls strike back. So it's all, and it was inspired by the Me Too movement.
Oh.
So the girls get their revenge, supposedly. I don't know. This is only what I've read so far. Yeah, it just opened here yesterday, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow. I got to check that one out. I didn't know.
And you go, I mean, I guess you don't have any copyright on the title of Black Christmas, but if it's not really a remake, it's just a movie about girls in a sorority now, I guess, killing the people. I don't know. I don't even know. But you could call it something else. But no, now there's 3 Black Christmases. But I love, because it was in the paper today, because there's a screening here at the TIFF Lightbox, and they were saying, but it's better, because we're going to have a screening of the 1974 classic, and better to go and see that one instead. So, no, they haven't been able to top it, I guess, but it's most curious.
Yeah. Can you believe that it's been 45 years since the original came out?
Jesus, don't say it. Oh, my God. My old bones started to ache right away. It's just that 45 years.
Yep.
And we're still talking about it.
Yep.
Wow. And it's still screening.
Yep.
I mean, it's had, as far as I know, 2 screenings here already. So, yeah. That's okay. I'll take it.
I found out some pretty profound trivia that I wasn't aware of. Maybe you've heard about it.
Yeah.
I was reading that in 1978, the movie was set to premiere on NBC. And about a week before that, Ted Bundy killed those sorority girls.
Oh, my God.
And somebody wrote to the station not to play the movie because it would just add to more violence or something. It's,
or just that the subject matter was in the news and extremely sensitive for a lot of people and families.
Right. Yeah. And so I think they played it in some markets, but then I think they told some affiliates, like, close to where the victims' families were, not play it. And it was going to be, they were going to release it as Stranger in the House for NBC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
That is weird.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, I can get it. I know some of that has been done with other films when the news is horrific and you don't want to, certainly not inspire people or scare people by having it on the screen. I don't even know now, people who go and say, well, I'm not going to go and see that Joker movie because when the last one came out, people were shot in the movie theater. You go, but I mean, well, that's how we scare people and instill fear in them, I suppose. But you go, what is maybe there is a direct connection. I don't know.
I
For
saw.
Some people, maybe there is.
Yeah, I went to go see the Joker movie last month, and it was the most unsettling movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, see, I want to see it because, his performance seems so extraordinary, the clips I've seen.
It is.
But I don't want to be unsettled, not this time of year.
His performance is great, but I can't help but notice that he looks too much like James Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Funny. Wow, I haven't heard that before. That's funny. You mean when he's all in his makeup as well, or just otherwise?
No, otherwise. He just, I don't know, there's something, but he looks like James Taylor in the Sweet Baby James album.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
See, now I want to see it.
Yeah. Well,
what are you doing to me? You know what movie I watched yesterday?
What?
It's called Us.
Us.
You heard of this movie?
Us, maybe.
Us. The guy who did Get Out.
Oh, Jordan Peele. Yes. I know what movie you're talking about. I've seen Get Out. I haven't seen Us, though.
Okay. Us is definitely worth seeing. It scared me a bunch. And it has some really, humorous parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very, very well done.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't watch horror movies that often, but that one, because I really enjoyed Get Out, and enjoyed, for whatever reason, but I found that a good movie, so I wanted to see his other movie anyway. It's really, really good. Yeah,
I've been kind of turned off by Jordan Peele ever since he made that statement about how he's never going to cast a white man in the lead or something.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he made it about a year ago. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because in Us, and I don't think this is a spoiler for you, but certainly the black people survive, the white people don't.
Oh, really?
And that's not really a spoiler, but you go, okay, why weren't they able to? Oh, okay. Anyway, but
I'm not surprised.
How do you say her name? Lupita? No, I don't know how you say her name. Anyway, she is amazing in it because, of course, they all play double characters. So, but she is incredible. She ranks high up in horror movie queen.
Oh, her name is Lupita.
Lupita, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody. Anyway, she was amazing in it. And I won't tell you anymore because I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
Definitely worth watching.
Okay, I'll probably check it out, but I imagine you're perpetually turned on by the fact that everyone remembers you for that laundry bag suffocation.
Unbelievable, it really, truly, it's crazy. yeah, I guess it was unique and, I mean, not to be repeated. I mean, I don't know about how many other movies. I mean, I actually have seen some movies where people had a plastic bag put over their head. And not that I can remember them at the moment, but I would look, watching a movie and I turned to Sean and I say, look, it's a Black Christmas moment. somebody's being suffocated with a bag on their head. But yeah, I think part of it too is that because they use the image so much.
Mm-hmm.
When the DVD came out and all the different releases, it's always me, one of my most attractive looks. Yeah. And because I just posted it too on Facebook when I, feel that I need to get attention. I just put one on my head and people recognize that, at conventions, things are slow. I just put a plastic bag on my head and people come running to help me.
I was watching it the other day. I laughed so hard when during the heavy breather sequence when Margot Kidder says he's expanding his act.
Yeah, that's good.
I love that.
I'm surprised a lot of people don't, because I do a lot of, I've been talking to people from like crazy places like Australia and weird places all over the world who call and want to talk about it, but they don't generally ask many questions about the phone call, which I think is interesting to me because the phone call stands out so much to me when I see the film, also because, when we were standing there and shooting it, we didn't know what was actually being said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is, well, sometimes people ask, did Margot, improvise? I think she probably did. I don't know whether some of that stuff was Margot and not in the script.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was having a good time with that character.
Yeah, she's really good at it. And I found out Olivia Hussey is on Facebook. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a friend of mine.
Yeah, I mean,
not that she, it's interesting that she's on Facebook when she's so private otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like she's doing interviews for the movie or nothing.
Oh, no. And I know that for a fact they've been trying to get her to do, that's my landline ringing. This is probably somebody trying to solicit something. Okay, it'll ring 4 times and then it'll shut up. But the fact that we tried to get her to come to conventions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she always refused. I think the only thing that she's done recently is she did a few appearances to promote her book.
Huh.
But I think she's, she likes to be very, very private. And in her book, did you ever read the book? You've got to read the book sometime. It's quite fascinating. I think it's called The Girl on the Balcony or something. Anyway, she talks a lot about Romeo and Juliet. But she talks, she's had, some stuff going on in her life. Some, kind of agoraphobia and some health issues and stuff that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I mean, basically on Facebook, she posts pictures of herself from Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
And she obviously has great care of cruelty to animals. It's one of her causes for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think the cult success that Bob Clark had with A Christmas Story kind of pushed this movie into bigger cult status?
It's a good question. I don't know, because, I love A Christmas Story, and it is one of those movies that I tend to watch every Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's part of our, lexicon and patter that Sean and I do. We say lines from that movie to each other. He's always telling me, you're going to put your eye out,
Yeah.
For my knitting needles. But that's it. And which one came
Black Christmas.
Story.
Black Christmas
Christmas
did.
Story.
Black Christmas was 74. Christmas Story was 83.
So you think because of Christmas Story, then people started saying, well, what else has Bob Clark done?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, could very well be.
Yeah.
Could very well be.
I mean, he did Porky's also. I mean, that was his biggest one. Yeah.
Well, and I think there's sort of, that's really interesting when you mention those three films.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, how well known those three films are.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? That his legacy of having created three of really, truly fan-based, iconic films in those three films. And they're so totally different.
Yeah. He did Rhinestone with Dolly Parton and Sly Stallone right after Christmas Story. And then he did this one movie, I think it's very underrated. It's called Turk 182. It's where Timothy Hutton, his brother, played by Robert Urich, gets injured by putting out a fire. He's a firefighter. He gets injured. He was actually half drunk while he was saving this building from a fire, and the city won't pay for his medical and stuff. So he basically embarrasses the town mayor, played by Robert Culp, by putting up signs everywhere that says Turk 182, which because Turk was his nickname, and 182 was his firefighter number.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's very underrated, I think.
I've never seen it. I don't know that I've even ever heard of it.
Yeah, it didn't
so
make
do
any
you
money.
know how many films he made in total?
Ooh, I never really counted, but he made a lot. Before he did A Christmas Story, he did a slasher film that took place on Memorial Day called Dead of Night, which was Tom Savini's first movie as a makeup artist. I don't know if the two of them got along because they never worked together again, but they worked together on that. And I actually reached out to the star, Richard Backus. He's on Facebook, but I never heard back from him. Hopefully I will.
Yeah, interesting. Because I mean, I guess I should research Bob more. But I was going, when there's some films that are so famous for, and yet he's still sort of not known that well. I mean, the films are known more than his work. And
right.
He was so creative and, innovative and ingenious in creating stuff that no one had done before. But
yeah,
he gone too soon.
Yeah. It's sad. Everyone I talked to said that he was like a mentor to everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of nickname was Uncle Bob. I called him Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you that. But yeah, Uncle Bob.
I love how the phone rings over and over again during the end credits. It's very effective.
Yeah.
That was long before.
Yeah, but that's great psychological horror, right? That you go,
right.
Wait a minute.
That was.
If it's not him, and he's dead now, if it's not Keir Delay, then who is it?
Yeah.
And he's still out there, and is Claire still in the attic?
I know. I just loved how it's ringing and ringing. That was long before cell phones.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they do that now in a remake of Black Christmas, because obviously they're updating the time period.
Yeah.
Modern day.
Or if they ever decide to do it again.
Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, outside here, there's like a third one. I'm going, I think it's time to maybe stop.
Yeah.
Unless you were going to do it like a real sequel. But these are just sort of like really thinly disguised as well, because it's about these women in a sorority house and a killer. That it's the same story, but it's not really the same story.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever the second remake of Black Christmas, the one that
I saw the one that
I
came.
don't know what it came.
I think the one that came out in '07. I saw that one.
Yeah, and everybody told me not to watch it, that I'd be upset and I wouldn't like it. It wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good, no.
Hmm.
Most remakes
Well,
aren't.
we'll see how this new one does.
Yeah, most remakes are pretty bad, though. I mean,
No.
I did see.
Yeah.
I saw the second chapter of it a couple weeks ago. I liked it just as much as the first chapter, if not more, and stuff. But they're both better than the ABC miniseries version back in the early '90s.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I haven't seen either of those movies, and I actually have a friend in the second one.
Really?
Yeah. Her name is now. What am I? I've got to I always bring it up and I go, she's really well from it. She's the older woman. Does she play the aunt or in it?
I think I
I
know.
can't remember that's my friend's name who was in it. The older woman who I always show. Not Joe. I don't know. Anyway, I'll think of it. Or I won't. Or I'll call you at 3 o'clock in the morning when I think anyway. Yeah, she got, Joan Gregson.
Oh, Joan Gregson? Yeah.
I believe she did, and she was very excited about it because they flew her down to L.A. for the opening of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool.
So I was jealous.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Bill Hader was hilarious in it.
I like him.
Yeah, he plays a bad stand-up comedian in it. They show him on stage bombing, and then throughout the whole movie, he's just hilarious.
Funny guy.
Yeah, he's very funny. It's also been 10 years since you did Santa Baby 2.
Jesus. Fuck. Wow. 10 years since Santa Baby 2.
Yep.
Wow. And they keep showing it, right?
I guess that, yeah, I mean, they show it every year on Hallmark
Every
or
Christmas,
whatever.
Yeah. It gets shown. I did a little part in another Christmas movie this year called Christmas Temp. Whether it remains being called Christmas Temp, I don't know. I have a feeling they did change the title of it now, and I can't remember what they changed it to. So, yes, I continue to do my Christmas movies. I like them. They're sweet. My favorite, though, is still Play Mrs. Claus. The last one I just played someone who was, doing a charity thing, and they got to play with one of those piano things on the ground. Dance like it's big. But I did shoot recently, actually only a week ago or so ago, another short horror film. I had done a film that was actually called Samanthology.
Mm-hmm.
These people do short films and then they release them as a single feature because they have a connecting link between each of the stories.
Right.
So this one they're doing a horror anthology, and mine was called Mourn, M-O-U-R-N. No, M-O-U-R-N. There's no E on Mourn, is there? Mourn.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in mourning. Anyway, it was very cool. I worked with a young actor who I thought was really good. His name was Julian Robineau, directed by a young woman who wrote it as well. But it's sort of a grief counselor, and this young man comes in and starts talking to her, and has a very scary ending. And I got to do like a huge blood-curdling scream.
Wow.
And I was saying, please record all my my dialogue before we do the blood-curdling scream. Because once I've done that a few times, I probably won't be able to talk anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was very cool. And, we shot it in a creepy old house. And, yeah, it was cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So it'll be like a horror anthology. I'll let you know when I know more about it. But they've done very well with Anthology, and it's quite all over the place. And they also, because it's, I don't know, whatever, 6 or 7, maybe 8 short pieces put together, they also show the different little pieces at film festivals. They just had one showing in LA, I know. So these are a good group of people, and I'm really excited that they're doing a horror anthology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That you said you did a Christmas movie this year. It hasn't aired yet?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't been sort of following. It's weird because they said they were going to release it this Christmas, but I only did ADR on it a couple of weeks ago. It was like, oh, okay, it's really coming out this Christmas.
Or maybe
anyway,
next year.
I will check it out. See, it was Hallmark, so usually you can go online and check out when all the Hallmark movies are being aired. However, I just have a feeling they might have changed the name of it.
Yeah.
So I'd have to check that out for sure and see the storyline, which is, it was basically the same storyline of all Hallmark films. I don't know if you've seen this. Somebody has posted on Facebook about how basically all Hallmark Christmas movies have the same plot.
Yeah.
That really made me laugh because I've done several of them, and I go, yeah, they do. They all have basically the same plot.
Somebody doesn't like Christmas, and then they get an awakening at the end. I mean, it's cliche.
And she's a high-tech New York ad agency chick who has to go back to her small hometown to deal with some Christmas, event or something that's going on with her family. And then she runs into her old flame, and her new flame comes from New York to try and rescue her, but she then discovers her real true love still lives there, and she discovers the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, my favorite one, and I tried getting her on the show, Elisa Donovan. She's this successful girl who works at this office in New York. She's very successful, but she's taken her life for granted, and she has the chance to go back 10 years and marry the guy that she wished she had married. And she's so charming and so great. And she's like a female Jimmy Stewart in it. She's so good.
Oh, wow.
I had the guy who...
What's your name again?
Elisa Donovan. She was on that... She was in the Clueless movie.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Back in the 90s. Yeah, I had the screenwriter on, Peter Sullivan. He was telling me... he writes Christmas movies for Hallmark. And so he was telling me about that one and all the other ones and stuff.
Oh, wow. What a career to have.
Yeah. Writing the same story over and over again.
You could write some good ones. When I did Santa Baby and I came back to do Santa Baby 2, the writers had said they had submitted an idea. They would write a Christmas movie where Mrs. Claus was having an affair with one of the elves.
Oh, really?
The Hallmark people didn't greenlight that for obvious reasons.
Oh.
Yeah, Mrs. Claus was, basically a cougar. and I guess was, having affairs with the elves while Santa was off delivering Christmas presents or something. I don't know. But they were very excited to tell me about it. They said, but, they didn't go for it, but we really thought it was a great idea.
That's funny. Well, Jenny...
Anyway, I hope they make it one day. I hope they get the green light on that one.
Yeah. Well, Jenny McCarthy as Mrs. Claus. I mean, I would let her sit on my face.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
Was she great to work with?
She's lovely, yeah. But man, she's a go-getter. I mean, she was like sort of networking every minute. Every minute, she'd be on the phone trying to network something or promote something or create some charity and cause. But I thought she was delightful. We got along really well.
Mm-hmm. I met Paul Sorvino last year at a convention.
You did? How was that?
Oh, let me tell you, he was very, very late for this convention because he got a little sick the night before, and so I don't know. I mean he's 80 years old. I mean, it could be anything.
Well, you're being kind. I don't have a lot of nice things to say, but about him because he was very difficult to work with. But
yeah,
I don't cut him a lot of slack. He was pretty neat. But anyway, what was your experience?
Okay, so he shows up, and by the way, the line was fucking long to meet him. There were these horror fanboys, with the tattoos and the piercings and the black clothing on.
Uh-huh.
They had Goodfellas posters. I was like, really? Wow, he's got such a Goodfellas draw at the horror convention. And I think me and my mother was one of the first ones he met and stuff. We were like, in line early. So we go to meet him and stuff, and yeah, he was kind of jerky, at first, and so he just, he took it and signed my thing, and then I shook his hand. I said, "Thank you, Mr. Sorvino. You're one of the great actors, and I love what Mira's doing for women's rights." And he said, "Thank you very much. I appreciate that." And then that was that.
Oh, well, that's good. You said the right thing. Because if you don't tell him he's a great actor, he doesn't. He's not very happy.
Yeah.
Because he really thinks he is the greatest actor on the planet.
Yeah. It's funny, Mira was dating Quentin Tarantino, right? And Quentin Tarantino is the biggest fanboy there is. I could kind of see now why he never casted him.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Because I can't even imagine Paul wanting to do a convention and that his patience would run very thin if there was a long lineup waiting for his autograph that would get sort of chesty and not particularly care for the boys with piercings and stuff. I don't know. He's a bit of a misogynist. He's a bit of a narcissist. I don't know. I mean, Jenny and I loved working with George Wendt, and when George wasn't available to do Santa Baby 2 and Paul came in, there was not a lot of happiness. There's not a lot of Christmas spirit on that.
He's the bad version of a misogynist.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's bad. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But he is, according to him, he is the greatest actor in the world.
According to him. Another co-star of yours.
Right?
What?
Especially when he badmouths other actors, which is really, come on.
Yeah.
And I finally said to him, yeah, but you're here with me in Calgary playing Santa Claus in a Christmas movie, so I don't know how great you think you are.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear he was a replacement for Robert De Niro?
All right. Oh, man.
Another...
Yeah, excuse me, it's your daughter who won the Oscar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another co-star of yours I met in it, George Wendt.
Yeah, he's a honey. He's the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, he's, a trained, brilliant theater actor. Was absolutely delicious to work with. Always wanted to rehearse stuff. Funny.
Yeah.
Just always, the two movies, doing those two movies
Yeah, I met him at a convention a couple of years ago. He was really cool. He was telling me about John Candy and John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd at Second City and stuff. And
Yeah.
he looked like he didn't want to be there, but he was very nice to me.
I'm surprised to hear, it's interesting to me that you say these people that you're seeing at conventions now, you never think that they will do them, but I guess for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
because if they don't have something current to promote,
Yeah.
I'm astounded that they're getting such great people to come out to conventions now.
Yeah. They're also getting, they are getting jerks as well and stuff, but that comes with the territory. And I was having a conversation with somebody last week about this, about how the convention scene has become such a corporate juggernaut, and like I have a conspiracy theory. I think that there's some kind of Illuminati going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. This is interesting.
Like the people who are really popular and the people who are like part of these franchises and stuff, they're like I don't know. I think they're under contract to be nice to certain people and be jerks to certain people, because this year I had so many people come on to promote their convention appearances. Some people I've talked to before, and some of them I haven't. And I had some bad experiences going to conventions, trying to say hi to them, because like I talked to them 2 days before and they didn't remember me and stuff, and their handlers were real dicks to me. Yeah.
Well, as much as I enjoy doing them, but there is, for one thing, what I found was very interesting that, like, the different conventions, particularly some of them in the kind of New York, New Jersey area,
right,
are very, very competitive.
Yeah.
And then it gets kind of nasty.
Yeah.
And if you've done one of them, then they don't want you to go to another one. Also, I don't know. The handlers and all the people that are involved in it, that are all behind the scenes and are all trying to kind of, make careers out of just being able to get people at conventions. I don't know.
I know. I've tried getting behind the scenes and stuff. It's very competitive, and it seems like there's a lot of politics in that. It's crazy. I mean, I've tried. I just submitted a panel idea for a convention in the Bay Area in February. I should be getting a response pretty back soon, but I want to teach people how to put on a podcast like this in their own bedroom, and that's what the panel is. And I want to get my panel juices flowing so people will ask me to host screening panels and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but it's so damn competitive, and just there's weird shit going on.
Well, yeah, there is. And on the other hand, the fans themselves are so cool and so genuine in their love for what they, that they love this genre and they support it so much and they just want to have a good time. And so, I don't want anybody to end up feeling, well, even like yourself, a feeling that you're kind of snubbed by people or, not remember. The whole point of it is, I think, for me to be there is to make the connection. Not to be just some snooty old person who was in a film that you really loved and like, congratulations, here's my autograph.
Yeah.
You're there to meet people, not just to make money.
Yeah.
But everything becomes about making money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's become a corporate juggernaut. I mean, back in the day, that convention would be, it'd be for the fans, to come do a swap meet type of thing, or do it's like a job, or it was like a job fair for people who wanted to be in the industry.
Right.
It was all that stuff, and everything was free except for the entry fee. But it's just become all about money now.
Yeah. Well, you see that people have find a way to figure out this could be a very, very lucrative prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So just because the fans are so genuine and authentic, and they really want to be there and meet these people. So, yeah, then you get the people that's all they do is they trying to get people to, under their are in their I don't even know what you call it. They're a little group of people that they represent, their client list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's a business like anything else.
It is. It just the sports athletes, they started that, charging the autographs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember doing them back when we didn't, and then people started saying to me, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to sign things for free." And I went, "Really? Why?" Oh, okay. Yeah. And it's just that part of it is awkward.
It is.
Yeah.
I have I got this little piece of trivia for you for the director of those Santa Baby movies, Ron Underwood. He fired Rick Moranis from City Slickers.
He did?
Yes.
Wow.
Because Rick was ad-libbing a lot, and it drove him crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just found that. Yeah.
Well, I thought he was a wonderfully sweet man. And, because he was having a little trouble with Paul Sorvino, because Paul was sort of wanting to direct the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the time, telling people what to do. And so, wow, that's, well, but you never know whether it was him or the powers that be, whether it was directly Ron or whether it was, producers and everything sit down and powwow and they finally decide to let somebody go. But that's a big deal.
Yeah. Because I saw Rick Moranis was on Letterman to promote a movie, and he says, "I'm doing a movie with Billy Crystal and Bruno Kirby called City Slickers. We're doing it. It's a Western comedy." And I was like, "Wow, I did not know that he was originally lined up to play Daniel Stern's role in it." Wow. Yeah. Well, I know he was also fired from the Breakfast Club for ad-libbing a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because well, I mean, there was a script for Strange Brew, a very clear script. Of course, they've written it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that makes the difference, that it's not really ad-libbing, because they've already, they improv for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But not really ad-libbing, because they'd written the script anyway, so if they didn't want to say what they wrote, then they could say whatever they wanted to say, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it was improv.
It's different if you're given a script and you want to change everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So there you go. Who knew?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So you got any good? I know you're coming to California for Christmas.
Well, we're coming to San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too far away from Redding.
I know.
But sometimes, now where is Redding? Like between, it's between LA and San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know how many hours away from San Diego it is, but it's like 7 hours from LA.
It's 7 hours from LA?
Yeah, I mean, if there's heavy traffic, I guess.
Wow, but that's a lot, because to go from LA to San Diego is only again, depending on the traffic, can be 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
So where is Redding then?
It's in Northern California. It's a little redneck town. Yeah.
But what else would it be near? Like when you go Northern California?
I mean, it's only 2 hours away from Sacramento.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So that. I mean, trying to get a direct flight to San Diego was hard. Anyway, we're flying into Santa Ana for the John Wayne Airport. But then what we usually do, I have a friend who lives up in LA, and we try and split the difference. And she drives down from LA, and we drive up from San Diego, and we meet at San Juan Capistrano.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not near you either. No.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Yeah.
And stuff, I'm hoping that destiny prevails and we will get to meet at some point.
Yeah, well, I have to make a good horror film that then ends up, that we all end up coming to LA. That's what I was saying. Some of the people that had been working on the previous film I made before we did Born were actually going down to LA to a screening that they were having of one of the films, and I went, well, why don't you let me come down? Anyway, I mean, I'm just glad I got to make another horror film, because I wanted to do another one with this other group, but they wouldn't let him hire union people.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up not being able to do it. I think he still shot it. I hope he still shot it, but, we've been working on it, and then it was like, no, they don't. I tell you, I've lost out more independent horror films just because they, you're in the union, and they can't afford to hire you because you're in the union, or they can't afford all the paperwork and red tape of hiring a union actor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sad.
Sad.
Yeah. That really sucks.
Yeah, sad for all involved, because, I want to do more. I definitely want to do more. But, I guess I'll just wait and see what happens. But, I keep hoping that somebody's going to write something really brilliant and ask me to do it. It could happen.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the horror genre, though. That's the... I haven't had anybody write the definitive little old lady who lives next door, who's a serial killer film.
That's your dream role?
Still hold out for.
Is that your dream role?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm putting that out there. I'm putting it out into the universe.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will see, what you did in Fahrenheit 451, and they'll cast you.
Yeah. That was pretty horrific, yeah.
It was.
Oh, there's a good scene in Us that's like that. And it was kind of funny because I was watching it, and I said to Sean, look, they have a Fahrenheit 451 moment. Somebody got burnt up really good. I know how it's done now.
Yeah.
What about Mrs. Santa as a serial killer?
Yeah. That would be pretty interesting. They should do that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an idea. It's that to somebody.
Because it's always Santa who's the killer.
Well, there's bad Santas.
Yeah.
So there could be a bad Mrs. Claus.
Oh, God, I love the bad Santa movies.
I know, they're funny.
I know, that's the second one. Oh, God, I saw it in the theater. It had me rolling. After he got the hand job, he's like, you're really good. She's like, yeah, I used to be an all-state shot putter.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I think if you can't make fun of Santa Claus, you can't get a little irreverent with Santa Claus, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a firm believer of not letting kids know that he doesn't really exist. He doesn't really exist until they're old enough to kind of accept that. I mean, I love that, if you're still 5 years old and you still believe that Santa Claus is going to come and leave presents under your tree, I think that's great. But that comes to a certain point when you have to go, when you see thousands of them walking the streets of New York in their parade. There isn't just one Santa Claus. There's all these people pretending to be Santa Claus.
I was at a...
why can't we put him in, or put her? Even more interesting, put her. Because I think Mrs. Santa is a bit long-suffering.
Yeah.
She's always sort of in the background, and she's having to bake all the cookies and be friendly and stuff. And there's so many elves, all those little people all around all the time.
Yeah.
It gets very annoying for her. And Santa, like, what does Santa do the rest of the year but sit around and get fat?
Yeah,
And then, the most important time of the year, he's gone.
Yeah, you know what would be brilliant? It would be brilliant.
I think I should write this movie.
Yeah, you know what would be brilliant? The woman who's playing Mrs. Claus at the mall. She feels very cast aside, very like an outcast, right? And then, ironically, as Mrs. Claus, it's the same thing. She's put in the background. She's not really doing much, and then she goes off and kills.
Yeah, she finally has a post office moment. She goes postal. She goes postal because of all the Christmas mail she has to deal with.
You just gave me an idea for a script. Oh my God.
But it's funny because you say, have Jenny McCarthy play Mrs. Claus, because when I was watching a little bit of the Macy's Day Parade this year, you're waiting. When is Santa coming? Santa finally comes in his big, float. But the Mrs. Santa looked like, could be Jenny McCarthy. She was like this young blonde chick babe. And you're like, wait a minute. Mrs. Santa's supposed to be sort of the same as Santa. Like, she's as old and gray-haired and rosy-cheeked as Santa. She's not some babe.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
So, yeah, I'm opposed to the young, sexy Mrs. Santa, even though Jenny would be good.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah. Oh, my God. I just had an intellectual orgasm.
But I love the fact that just the saying she went postal.
Yeah.
Because she just couldn't handle all that mail.
I do this joke in my stand-up act where I say I have a lesbian friend. She works at the post office during the day, and at night she has an all-girl lesbian rock group. It's called Hate Mail.
That's good. That's
Thanks.
A good one.
Thanks.
Thank you. I was waiting for when the jokes were going to come.
Oh, I got plenty.
And there's always the good jokes.
Yeah, I got plenty.
Hate mail.
I got plenty.
I know. You always save a few choice ones for me, though, right?
Of course.
I don't know if I have any jokes for you this year. I was thinking about it before. I was going, I'm so terrible at remembering them. People tell me them, and I think they're great, and then they don't remember them. I'm going to remember that one. That was a good one.
Thanks. You know the difference between a golf ball and a G-spot?
What?
A man will spend 20 minutes looking for a golf ball.
That's good. Okay, that's a good one, too. Oh, man.
You know the difference?
I think I always tell you the same ones, don't I?
I can't remember.
What was the one that I used to always say? Yeah, I do. I think I always tell you the same one. Why do Jewish princesses like... Oh, I don't know if I've got... okay. Why do Jewish princesses like circumcised men?
Why?
Because they can't resist anything with a third off. Have I not told you that one before?
You may have, but still funny.
It's still a good one. Yeah, it's good.
You know the difference between a Rubik's Cube and a man's dick?
Mm-mm.
The more you play with it, the harder it gets.
Oh, God, you're good.
Oh, this one is so bad.
Are you doing your stand-up thing?
I haven't done it in a while and stuff. I've been taking a break because up here in Reading there's no stand-up. And
yeah, we need to get to L.A.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
But I've just been taking a break from it, and I had a lot of drama with the Bay Area comedy scene last year, as I was trying to go down there anytime I could to get on stage, and there was just stupid shit going on. It's become very politically correct in the Bay Area comedy scene.
Yeah, well, I remember, wasn't there this thing where, who was it? Who was at a comedy club? I guess maybe it was a gay, lesbian comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? It wasn't Jeffrey Epstein who was there. Somebody was there anyway, and the woman made some kind of comment. Made some kind of comment on the stage, and it caused this huge uproar. And it was like she basically called him out for, I don't know whether it was Jeffrey Epstein or not, but anyway, someone like, or Harvey Weinstein or somewhere, that you just go, you don't show up.
It was Harvey Weinstein.
After all that's happened to you and the whole movement and whatever, you don't show up at a lesbian comedy club and sit there and think you're going to be unnoticed.
Yeah, it was Harvey Weinstein. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, because Jeffrey Epstein's dead now.
Yes, he is under suspicious circumstances.
Yeah.
To say the least. Yikes.
Oh, here's one that's really bad. You know what's the definition of rape?
What?
Some fucked up feminist propaganda.
Wow.
That's pretty dark, huh?
Yeah. I don't know how funny that one is. I'm still laughing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me all over, right?
Yeah.
I'm still laughing. Yeah.
You know how you can tell when a Jewish person is celebrating Christmas?
How?
There's a parking meter on the roof.
Oh my God, that's really, really super anti-Semitic. Wow, that's cool.
I know Jewish people who like that joke.
Yeah. Well, some Jewish people like my joke too.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think somebody in high school who was Jewish told me that joke.
Wow.
Well, Lynn, in a half an hour, I got Rutanya coming back on.
Oh, say hi to her for me. We're Facebook friends. We've never actually met.
I sure will.
Just because I think she's very cool, and tell her I wish her a very happy holiday, and tell everybody that we are about to enter the 20s once again. So I wish that we have a roaring 20s once again.
Yes.
I want these 20s to roar.
The 20s to roar, yes. Just like in that Jimmy Cagney movie.
Yeah. Top of the world, Ma.
Yeah. Oh, that's White Heat.
That's White Heat. Yeah, I know. Just a mention of Jimmy Cagney, because I just watched White Heat too. Anyway, say hi to anyone who cares to be said hi to from me as you talk to all these great, wonderful people.
Oh, yes. I want to thank you so much for supporting me and making me laugh, like always.
As always, and thank you for my Christmas card. And keep your eye peeled to your mailbox in the next couple of weeks.
I sure will. And please don't tell Santa I've been masturbating all year.
Oh, my God. Well, what has Mrs. Santa been doing all year? He's washed up.
Yeah.
Santa, I love you. Please don't say that. I didn't mean it, and I still want you to bring me presents.
Yeah. Lynn, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to you, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year. And I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye. Well, there you have it. Lynne Griffin. Ain't she a sweetheart? I thank you so much, Lynne. I love having you on here. You just make me laugh out loud, and I love how I make you laugh out loud. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.